Fuck. Actually, before I start, I gotta figure out. I gotta figure out what episode this is gonna be.
69.
I wish, bro.
Episode 69, where Jordan and I just start making out. It's our makeout sesh. Oh, my bad, chat. My bad.
No, that's money. No, that's money.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
All right, so I just dropped episode 13, episode 14. Your episode 15.
15, like mellow.
Bang. All right. My name is Jordan Wonder, and welcome to episode 15 of the TPS podcast, sponsored by Stay Another Day, your go-to mental health awareness apparel. I'm here with WYATT, TOUCHET, and we're gonna have a fucking good time.
Bro, you got sponsors out here now?
I mean, whatever, bro. I mean, it's whatever, bro.
It's juice. Yeah. They love to hate. They see me doing it for real, and I'm sorry to tell you this ain't luck. I'm just trying to ball like the Oregon Ducks. But man, fuck it. This podcast sucks.
It's whatever, bro. It's cool. It's whatever. I mean,
You just like that. You know, it is what it is.
That's just how it be. Anyway, so for those of you that don't know, WYATT TOUCHET is a EMMY award winner. He used to work for the Las Vegas Raiders. Now he is the only man you'll ever need to watch in the sports media world. He does it all. He does the interview. He does the producing. He does on-screen shit for his school and for the professional world. If you don't know him already, you should, right? And if you know him, you love him. His name is WYATT TOUCHET, and we're here to have a fucking good time. So
appreciate it, big dog. Appreciate it. I mean, you talking about this? No. Totally not a stage. Totally not like I just ran to go grab it just to be funny. It's funny you say that because I don't care about it. It like doesn't add any value in my life. Like, yes, obviously it's like, oh, like you actually have done something with yourself. But genuinely, I appreciate it. I appreciate being on here. It's been a minute since I've seen you, bro. So it's good to see you.
And we're fucking boys, bro, which is not 100%. Doesn't happen very often. A lot of guests I have on here I've fucking never talked to before in my entire life. So I'm kind of stoked that I'm starting my day off talking to one of my best boys, bro. We're actually gonna be seeing each other in like a few fucking days. What is today? Wednesday. We're gonna be seeing each other in 3 days. So I'm going to Vegas for WrestleMania, which I'm stoked about, and we're gonna get some brunch like we're some rich white ladies. You know what I mean?
I'm just gonna be out there like, oh.
Exactly. So I got a couple questions for you. Basically, I'll give you the rundown for how this is gonna go. I have a couple interview questions for you. We'll probably chat it up. You'll answer some questions for maybe like 45 minutes or something. And then we used to have a lot of segments on this podcast. I've noticed that recently when I am doing like all these segments, when I have guests who have never done them before, it fucking the podcast goes for way longer than I would like it to because there's so many fucking segments. So we're cutting it down, and this is the first episode after the cut down. So
it's probably good because I am the yapper. I'm a yapper.
There you go. Or we both, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're gonna start with some interview shit, just chat it up, and then we have our sponsored segment, right, which is called the Sad Quiz, where I will be asking you 20 rapid fire true or false questions about any topic you want, as long as it is something that makes life worth living for you or for somebody else or whatever. Which is pretty broad, right? Like, because you can say the simplest shit. Like, I've done cars before with my homie who's a drag racer, right? Because for some people, cars make life worth living, right? We've done basketball. I had an actor on here one time, and we did movies, just all shit that's kind of happy. So think about that right now, about what you're going to want your topic to be. And then when we do that segment, we'll make sure that's what we do it on. And it's real easy, and you'll be able to win some money, which is super tight about that.
Give me that cheddar, baby.
Exactly. Well, yeah. And then
he
after
said,
that,
yeah.
Yeah. Well, dude, I always hate like when I gotta like spell out these segments to my guests. I always hate being like, yeah, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then this. You know what I mean? So I feel kind of bad being like, make sure you prepare for all these segments. But then when I'm like, oh yeah, and we're also going to do this, and you got nothing to prepare, and you can win some cash, I know they won't have a problem with it. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
after we do that, then we got the hate list and the love list, which used to just be the hate list. That was like my favorite segment in the fucking world. And last episode, not the last episode I recorded, but the last one I released, the guy I did it with, he's like an internet personality. His name's Tommy Noble. He asked me, he was like, instead of a hate list, can we do a love list? And I was like, fuck, I mean, I guess, sure. And then ever since then, we've been kind of running both. So we're going to do a draft of 5 things we love and 5 things we hate. And then we're going to end off the episode with our songs of the week, which is just your most listened to song this week and my most listened to song this week to give the listeners something to go listen to once the episode's over.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm fucking stoked. I got some barbecue chicken right here that I'm snacking on, and I got water in case I'm parched, and some fucking black coffee with cinnamon, 32 ounce, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
32 ounces is crazy. I'm gonna go bigger than you. Literally, pause. 64 ounce Gatorade. I looked in my fridge just now because I was like, oh, I don't got any water on me, and I just see this big old thing of orange Gatorade. I'm not gonna lie, if you know me, I've always drank Gatorade, but like this is excessive. Like who drinks this just straight up?
You're fucking prepared, bro.
Bro, I'm literally just like this as I'm just like.
Yeah, bro. You're prepared, dude. You're prepared. That's what we like to see on this podcast, bro. Yeah, so I got a bunch of questions for you that I'm super stoked about. Let's just start with the basics. Right? So you work for Fox
5.
I mean,
Fox 5, the TV station out here.
Yes. So you work for Fox 5. You used to work for the Raiders. Used to, or you still do work for UNLV.
So let me tell you the dynamic.
I don't know if that's work, but you do stuff for them.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. And do you still do that?
Yeah. So let me break it down for you real quick, so you understand where I'm going.
Break down what you do in each job. That's what I'm most curious about.
I got you. So I still go to UNLV. I'm a junior right now. I graduate in 1 year. So spring 26 is when I'm done.
I'm hyped for you.
Yeah, 100%. So at UNLV, we have a sports broadcasting program, and we have a program called Rebel Report. So Rebel Report, essentially what it is a sports broadcast also intertwined with digital media. And so we do a lot of stuff in the field, like going to games, doing stuff in studio, podcast work, play-by-play, things like that. And so when you see a lot of my content, that's where a lot of it comes from. Now, before I started at UNLV, technically, like the summer going into it, that's when I started with the Las Vegas Raiders as a production assistant. So for the last 3 years until January of this year, I was working there as a PA, which is how I won my EMMY, producing a show called Raiders Talk on the Nation. But I learned a lot of different things too, in terms of how to operate cameras, shots, editing, things like that. Everything in between, even to, the minute stuff of like, making sure like administrative things like, our broadcasters travel, because not all of them live in town, making sure that they get their flights from LA to Vegas or Phoenix to Vegas, things like that. That everything's dialed in and they're taken care of. So I got to see everything industry side from that. And I've picked up small jobs here. They're like, I work for CBS Sports doing like operations and stuff like that. So we're kind of like the oh crap team, so to speak. So it's just like, we make sure everyone's got food. We make sure, if there's something that needs to be ran for at the store or something, we go get that. That's how I worked the Super Bowl, which was the first one in Vegas. At the time was the most telecast until this last year's. But then, I'm now at Fox 5 because my end goal is wanting to be on there. And I do that at UNLV, but at the professional setting, I want to do that. So there's a term called MMJ, means multimedia journalist, meaning you're a one-man band. So everything you see, so like say I'm doing a stand-up or whatever, the lights, the camera, the audio, the video that you see of the highlights happening, that's all me. That's all on me. There's no one else helping me. So that's what I do through UNLV primarily. And so I got the opportunity because of my experience and the things that I've done at the Raiders and at UNLV has allowed me to get paid as a sports intern for Fox 5. And I'm trying to flip that to try to get on air either there or, by the time I graduate, I have experience at a station as well. So, yeah.
So I did get it right. I filmed a video earlier today that I don't think I told you about. My bad. You caught me fucking mid-bite, bro. But it was my last bite, so I'm done now. So I filmed a video earlier today where I was talking about like the guests that I'm having on my podcast, and I was talking about you, and I said that you're an Emmy Award-winning producer.
Yep.
Which I'm glad I got right because I wasn't like 100% sure. I knew what you won the Emmy for was the show with the Raiders, but I didn't know what your specific part in that was. So I'm happy I got that right. So now that people who are watching know, they you're fucking somebody to be fucked with. You know what I'm saying? Like we got
more or less, you know what I'm saying? No,
we got important motherfuckers on the podcast, bro. I'm glad we got that out of the way. Now, as your jobs, I guess, across all three places that you've worked at, what sports do you normally cover? I've seen
everything,
you do
bro.
a lot. I've seen you do a lot, but like when you say everything, like are we talking basketball, football, hockey, fucking everything, college volleyball?
Have you ever heard of power slap?
Yeah.
Dude, I never thought I'd ever have the day where I would cover a sport that people stand there and full on just, all right, I'm going to slap your face on 3. 1, 2, pow! And then see a mug just drop like that.
Yeah.
Like when I say everything, literally all the 4 major sports, so football, basketball, baseball, hockey, swimming, combat. So combat being MMA primarily for me, but I'll eventually kind of get into the boxing scene. I just really haven't jumped into it because it's all right in my opinion. Volleyball, like literally you name it, I've covered it. Soccer, like yeah. I've made sure to be versatile and like just know how to do all that. But it's important too, especially because I'm still technically a student right now. Even though I have professional experience, like because I do the stuff at UNLV, I don't get paid to do that. That's on my own return of investment for myself or my future. So it's like I'm a storyteller at the end of the day. Like people say, oh, on their personality, this, that, in our industry, I'm a storyteller at the end of the day. So if I'm not able to tell a story because I don't know the sport, then I'm failing my job essentially.
Okay. So what do you think are the sports then that I'm not gonna say that you know the most about, but what sports are you like? I really excel in these categories. I would assume basketball, UFC, got to be 1 and 2, right?
100%. So, I grew up with football. I mean, my pop working in football for so long, like that's family right there. So definitely football, basketball. It's funny because 4 years ago now, I didn't watch MMA like I do now. So that was something that was new for me to learn, but MMA is right in there. And I primarily cover the UFC. But then also too, I grew up as a swimmer as well. So swimming, I know that like the back of my hand because I did it and I was going to swim in college until I got injured. But yeah, those
and you know about
4 or
the
5
pros
sports.
when it comes to swimming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or are you just are you more of a player instead of a watcher?
No, I mean, I'm not going to tune in like, oh, what meet is going on or what championship race is happening. Like I'm pretty casual when it comes to it, but like I still kind of have my finger on the pulse here or there. Like, I'm going to wait till the Olympic trials to really kind of gauge because, you'll see people really pop up like a Caleb Dressel and stuff like that. But, everyone knows the Katie Ledeckis, the Michael Phelps of the world. So I'm not going to say like I know them in depth. Like I know the history not as well as say football or basketball. Like I know Mark Spitz, but I'm not going to be rattling them off like, oh, I remember when so-and-so dropped this time at this meet. Like nobody cares. Low-key, nobody cares.
Okay. So Summer Olympics comes around, Fox approaches you and they're like, we want you covering it. What's one event that you're going to cover? Cause you only get to choose one. Are you choosing swimming?
No, I'm choosing basketball. Yeah,
Okay.
NBC is the one that airs, and I think they just changed the rights to ABC for this
Okay.
upcoming, the one in LA. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it.
And that's in
But
what, 26?
28.
28. God
Yeah,
damn.
2028, 4 years from now.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we
Damn.
just had
All right.
Paris 2024 is now to be LA 28, and
Oh my
it's
God. I
perfect
can't
timing
even
for me
believe,
to cover my first Olympics. We'll see what happens, but
dude, I fucking can't believe we just had the Olympics last year. That feels like so long ago.
nah, for real.
Damn. Holy shit.
Mhm.
Okay. I think personally, if I was in your position, I'm fucking, dude, I'm covering track all day,
You're
bro.
a track guy. That's it though. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
and I know about the world, bro, and I'm in it. Either track or probably like Greco, like do a little bit of wrestling, you know what I mean?
Okay, I like that.
I think both of those worlds I'm still very much into. So I feel like, bro, did you know they just had don't quote me. I think he was I'm pretty sure he was 16, but a 16-year-old Olympian run for Team USA, bro.
Yeah, dude, he's cracked out of his mind. Like, imagine just going to high school and just being like, "Oh yeah, I just went to the Olympics." Like,
Yes, bro. Like,
bro.
let me take 3 weeks off of school so I can go to the Olympics, bro.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
insane.
Yeah, that's just blowing my mind. Athletes just keep getting younger and younger, bro, and it's scary, dude.
Well, like think about it. Like Michael Phelps, when he got in the Olympics, he was 15.
Okay.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Jeff,
that's
I
pretty
can't
crazy,
say
bro.
that, but
There's like 11-year-olds, bro, who are winning gold medals in
ping pong.
in ping pong. Yeah, but I was gonna say skating, bro. Like I think the
No
youngest
disrespect.
Olympian.
That's not disrespect at all. Like I wish I could be 11-year-old crack that ping pong,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah. So, but yeah, dude, fucking skating, and I think the youngest ever was in diving, and
Okay.
I think they're both from Asian countries. So, what are they feeding their kids that we're not? You know what I mean? What's doing the trick for them?
They're probably not going to McDonald's every day. I can tell you that.
No, fuck no, bro. Fuck no, dude. They're on strict diets, bro. Anyways, so let me ask you. I got three questions that I feel like are just quick hitters right off the rip. Something that I feel like people would love to know. First and foremost, who's the GOAT of basketball? Let me just hear the name, bro. Let me just hear the name, because I know who I think the GOAT is. Not your favorite, because I ride with Jordan Poole till the day I die, bro. You know what I mean? I ride with Jordan Poole. Who do you think is the GOAT of the sport, bro?
So here's the thing. Here's how I look at it. Growing up, MJ, because LeBron hadn't, filled out his whole career, and he's still not finished. If I'm going to give you my answer, it's just too hard to compare. It's ridiculous to compare eras. It is. So I don't ever really try to get in conversations, but because you're my boy, I'm going to answer this. When you take a look at all the accomplishments and everything, everyone expected Kareem's scoring record to never get touched. Yep. Everyone expected Wayne Gretzky's record to never get touched. Now both of them have been surpassed and all that. Looking at what LeBron has done in his career, scoring, stats, and all that, absolutely. He has accomplished so much. The greatness exudes him. But you can't forget that boy in Chicago. That man, he was filthy. I saw a graphic the other day where it was comparing their accolades, like their trophies and everything. MJ was on this side and LeBron was on this side. This entire side on MJ's was filled and this side was not. Now, it's hard to compare because here's my thing too. The game has evolved in such a way where three-pointers become so prominent, even more so now because of Steph. Shut him out real quick. But genuinely, it's hard because it's like, okay, well, the scoring is going to be there more. You're having higher points per games from teams and stuff like that. It's hard because it's like I look at so many things LeBron has done, and I'm like, he's the most accomplished. But then when it comes down to it, it's like, how do you define greatness? What are you defining it as? Because if you're saying championships, that's Bill Russell. He's won the most. But there's too many factors. But if I'm just gonna say one name first off the top of my head, give me Mike. Give
Oh
me Mike.
shit. Oh
Give me
shit.
Mike.
Okay. So let me give you my thought. I make it
Please do.
real simple for this debate, bro. I think right off the rip, I'm just gonna say, when I'm looking at the greatness of a basketball player, what they did as a team, any accomplishment that was achieved as a team should not count in the conversation on if they're the GOAT or not. I'm talking playoff wins, bro. I'm talking NBA finals wins. Like, bro, they weren't out there playing a 1v5. You know what I'm saying? Like, people could say, oh, they got maybe scrubs on the team, or, when MJ won, he had fucking this, that, and the other on his team. I don't think either of those arguments should count for either of those players, because at the end of the day, like, however bad you want to say these NBA players are that they're playing with, or however good they are, you know what I mean? They're all NBA players. They're all the best in the world, bro. So it's not like he was going out there with fucking 4 kids in wheelchairs. You know what I mean? They're going out there with good fucking basketball players, and they won as a team. So I think like MJ's wins or LeBron's like lack of wins in the finals, I don't think those should be taken into account on the GOAT talk. I think we should only be talking about achievements by the player. So I'm finals MVP, bang, right? League MVP, bang, that counts. Scoring records, that counts. Assist records, that counts. But anything achieved as a team, and I think we both know that if we're taking all those accolades, right, like I'm on the side saying Bron is the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Because I think MJ's done a lot of great things, but how many of those great things were achieved as a team and not so much as him as an individual player? You know what I'm saying? So that's just my
I really want to pull up some stats right now on you, bro.
Bro, I've seen some crazy fucking stats about both MJ and LeBron, bro. I saw one that was like comparing JJ Redick to LeBron's like stats, basically, where it was basically like it set a date and then said an accomplishment that each of them had that day. So it was like the first date, and it said JJ Redick plays his last game of college basketball. And then on the same date, it said that like this was like LeBron scored 27 points, 11 assists, and like 14 whatever. You know what I mean? And then the next date was JJ Redick gets drafted, and then it shows LeBron's record from that day. And then it says JJ Redick plays his first game in the NBA, and then it shows LeBron's points from that day. And then it says JJ Redick, becomes a starter, plays his last game, is a 10-year veteran, is LeBron's coach. And then every single time it says something that he's done, it says how much LeBron fucking scored on that day, which is like, bro, crazy. Yeah. One of the craziest stats I've ever seen, bro.
Well, you got to think of it, because this is the hard thing. It's like you start comparing stuff, and it's like, okay, Bron, all-time leading scorer. But then you look at what he could have done on the defensive end, but what MJ actually did. Now, Bron is more of a facilitator first, which is ironic, but he's still a scorer. He's leading the NBA in all time in history.
Yeah, but who's the greatest scorer of all time? LeBron, right? He has the most fucking points. I feel like that's 100%. Fair to say. And I'm sure MJ was way the fuck better on defense than LeBron, but MJ was never the best on defense.
But
not a year in his career.
He won Defensive Player of the Year.
Number one on defense.
Yes, he was. He won in '88.
I'm sure he won. Right. I know that. But what I'm saying is I don't believe in '88 that he was the best defensive player. And because he won 1 year, bro, we're gonna say he's the defense GOAT? Is that
I didn't say he was the defensive GOAT.
Okay.
So you're mixing things up. So because then you could say like, okay, you won a championship 1 year. Does that mean that they're like, by you saying that it just mitigates everything? That doesn't make sense.
No.
But here's the other thing too. He's had almost 10 NBA all defensive teams, like first team as MJ. He's almost doubled Braun. And so, but my point being is when you take a look at each side, they bring different characteristics and qualities. And so that's why I don't get in these conversations, because you're absolutely right. You know, Braun's only won 4, MJ's won 6. MJ has had all finals MVPs, and so has Braun. But, you know, the MVP battle, you know, Braun does not have as many as MJ, and there's things that he has more than MJ. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you keep going back and forth. It's just like,
yeah.
And at this point, it's low key a preference, in my opinion.
I could agree with that.
But I'm not gonna sit here and say Braun. It's 1A and 1B in my mind.
Yeah.
Low key.
I think that's 100% fair.
It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be wrong, but you know.
I think, but like you look at it like this, bro. You look at it like this. Like if you're talking about like a GOAT artist, like if you're gonna say an artist is a GOAT, right? You're gonna argue maybe who has had the biggest impact on the world, right? So even though maybe LeBron James was, I think, a better player on the court, you know what I mean? Who's had a bigger impact on the world, bro? MJ.
Definitely MJ.
You know what I mean? Like,
but then that's my point. Though you have to define.
How many times are you going to see a picture of LeBron? Probably 0. You go.
But my point is exactly that. Though.
How many times are you going to see Jordans?
So you also have to think about this too. Like, how are you defining greatness? That's why I clarified.
That's what I'm saying.
Championship.
That's what the argument could be. Is that I think LeBron's a better player, but I think MJ has left more of an impact on the world. So it's kind of hard depending where you're coming from.
So let me ask you this. If we're doing a 5-on-5, best of the best, and we're doing just a draft, you and I, who's your number 1 pick?
Who? I like this little segment you're throwing in here, bro. I like that.
This is exactly my point.
And dude, and each player is in their prime.
Yeah, everyone's in their prime, like the best of the best. Who is your number 1 pick?
Dennis Rodman. And it sounds crazy. I'm going to be so real. I do not think he's the best, but let me say this, bro. Immediately I go to my mind. Okay, boom. Who's the best scorer? Okay. Do I go prime LeBron? Do I go prime Curry? Like, it's a hard toss up, right?
You know what? Let's do it right now. Let's do a hard
toss up. What defensive player I want in their prime? So let's go. Let me make sure he's not like whatever scores he gets. I know I got the best defensive, and then I can maybe grab somebody who's in the argument for best scorer. So go ahead, give me your first pick, bro.
All right, give me Shaq. Give me Shaq.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, now go. All right, I got Shaq.
Holy
shit. You got Dennis.
Now I'm thinking, did I just pick the number 2 defensive player ever in his prime? I don't know. I'm a little nervous now. Okay, then if we're going scorers, prime, I want Steph Curry prime.
Damn. All right,
that's what nice. I want. Okay, go ahead.
Give me Braun, bro.
Okay. What I want, dude. I want another heavy scorer. Give me prime Harden, bro.
Harden. Whew. Thank you. Give me MJ. Thank you. Easily. We're winning over here.
Okay. I want prime Kobe after that. That's what I'm gonna go.
Kobe? That's fine.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. See, I'm teetering between these two. Because
Okay.
either way, they're gonna match up well with him. Actually, there's a third that I could really be funny, but to not have any liabilities, let me get Tim Duncan, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, my team's too nice. You're already cooked.
No, because I'm thinking. Okay, so everybody's on Anthony Edwards' dick, right, bro? Right, and I'm thinking in my mind like I need somebody who's really getting to the rim and shit. That's the last thing I want to hold. I got 2 point guards running. I'm thinking I need somebody who's gonna get to the rim. Everybody's on Anthony Edwards' dick, but is he? If we're talking only people, let's get him to the straight to the hoop. You know what I mean? It was Anthony Edwards in his prime. Currently, is that the best choice? I don't think so.
Well, who do you want to take?
I really want to say Blake Griffin, prime Blake Griffin, but it's so hard because it's like he's so like, no offense, ass now. Like I can't recall if I'm hyping up his prime too much in my head. I'm sorry, bro.
You're going Blake Griffin.
Yeah, nah, I'm gonna go prime Blake Griffin. Is that am I hyping it too much, bro? Like be real, I can't remember.
No, you just haven't mentioned anybody that you should mention. You could have mentioned
who am I missing, bro?
Dude, there's so many people you could have said. You could have said Kareem. You could have said Hakeem, Will.
I'm cool. I'm cool off Wilt, bro. I don't even believe his 100-point game. I'm cool off Wilt there.
I don't even believe it's 100-point game.
Dead ass, bro. Oh, who
is there a conspiracy theory that is there a conspiracy theory? And hold on, real quick. Another tangent. Is there a conspiracy theory like you don't believe in, like moon landing or anything like that?
Oh, all of them, bro. I don't believe the moon landing happened. I don't believe in the 100-point game. I believe in Bigfoot, and I believe in mermaids. And what else, bro? I think fucking I believe in Area 51. I don't believe that Area 51 where it is the actual Area 51. I think that's what they say to the public to get us looking somewhere else, but I do feel like there's a Area 51 type place somewhere on Earth. And off the top of my head, those are all I think the major conspiracy theories that
Does jet
fuel
fuel
we've gone to space? Yes. Do I believe in the moon landing? No.
Does jet fuel melt metal beams? All right, I'll give you my fifth pick. All right, so let me list out the team so far. You have Dennis Rodman, Steph Curry, James Harden, Kobe Bryant, Blake Griffin.
I got three nasty scorers, number one defense, maybe number two defense, and some boy who's crazy getting to the rim, bro. I think I'm happy. I'm happy. Now go ahead.
Happy for you. I have prime Shaquille O'Neal. Ain't nobody on that team guarding him. I got prime Bron. Ain't nobody can guard him. I got prime MJ. Ain't nobody can guard him. I got prime Tim Duncan, the most underrated and the greatest power forward of all time. I could literally put myself in this game and we're winning still.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. You know that's not true, bro. Come on.
Should I put myself in there?
That's a crazy. I think you should. Just if you really think you're that good on your team.
All I'm gonna say, I'm gonna just put Kobe. Just put Kobe because Bron's already at my 2. I'll put MJ at the 3. Kobe's at the 2. Duncan at 4. Shaq at 5. Like, I'm set. I got 3 guys that can kill you. Shaq gonna kill you. MJ gonna kill you. Bron gonna kill you. Kobe gonna kill you.
I'm gonna say. So now that we have that out of the way, bro, I do think your team's winning. Let me just say that right off the rip. Now, after having all my options laid out in front of me, I'll tell you my new team, bro. I'll tell you my new team. I'm keeping Steph and Harden. I think those were in their prime, bro. Harden was dropping like fucking 40 points a game, bro. I think Steph, Harden, I'm keeping both of them. I'm keeping Kobe. I'm trading Dennis for Shaq, and I'm trading I'm trading Dennis for Shaq, and I am trading my prime Blake Griffin for prime Russell Westbrook, and that I would be very confident in. I think that team has a lot better chance than my first team to beat yours.
You going really small.
Okay. I'm
just saying
on my team. I had Shaq.
Oh yeah, you did trade for Shaq. Never mind.
Anyways, that was a really fun game that you just played. Right. I fucking like that.
All right, the other 2 questions outside of the MJ versus Bron, which I picked Bron, You got MJ.
Yeah,
it's okay. You can be wrong. You don't know ball to the extent that I do. I mean, I should know this though because this is what I get paid to do. I get paid to yap about sports, bro.
I know. That's why I thought you'd be really into this. You know what I'm saying?
I think we're having a good time right now. This is
I
literally
know.
something we'd be eating Kinders over. I'm actually
Exactly.
craving that. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Yeah, me too, bro. I just ate some shit chicken, bro. You know what I mean? I really need Kinders now. Anyways, so my second question, I'm gonna leave my favorite for the last. I'm gonna give you two people, and I want to know what your thoughts are on them. Okay. Give me your thoughts on Caitlin Clark. Like give me like a one paragraph thought on each of them. Give me Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
I'll start with Angel Reese. I mean, she's made a name for herself. She can absolutely play. Double machine. Whether or not people want to, make jokes about, oh, well, she misses layups, blah blah blah. Like, I mean, you don't get to the W just by chance. Like, she's a stud. She's a baller, hooper. Now going to the other side, Caitlin Clark. I mean, she's one of the greatest, if not the greatest shooter we've ever seen in the W. Her and UNESCO, kind of go head to head, and we've seen Caitlin Clark move in a way that, for someone her size and her stature, doesn't move and shoots like she does. She's insane. Both of them are great talent. I think for the W, just in general, because I'm going to zoom out for a second, looking at both of them, you just got to get more people in the seats. And that's kind of what it comes down to. I've always said the biggest way to grow is start with the youth, because they're going to be the ones that grow up on it and want to be around it. Like, think about it. You grew up playing.
That's
sports.
some crazy advice, bro. That's good.
No, but think about it though, because look at all these other organizations, these leagues. NFL plays 60. The NBA has junior NBA. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's like, if you keep going with that same philosophy, yes, you've had, the co-eds of the junior NBA where you have, the girls play with the guys, but, you have to have initiative where you're in the community and not only building the awareness, but also building the fandom with the younger generation, not just young girls, but young boys too. Because I know guys that only cover women's sports, and, it's going to grow. It's going to grow. It's growing faster than the NBA did, because it took years for the league to finally get going and really get on the map. So the W is growing larger. Obviously, that helps with social media and stuff. So it's not to say, well, the NBA didn't have this or whatever, but, they have some bright spots. Obviously, everything can be improved. Anything can be improved. But looking at those two players, they're phenomenal. They're great. They're great hoopers.
So that was such a wise professional opinion.
I already know where you're going with this.
I'm gonna let me break you into the unprofessional opinion of what I think about these ladies.
Please do.
Angel Reese, and I've talked about it before on the podcast. I fucking hate Angel Reese. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, bro. Like, is she one of the greatest women's basketball players in the world right now? 100%. And I'm not taking that away from her, but I hate her. And I'll tell you why after I tell you what I think about Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is, I think right now, the number one biggest name in basketball, male or female. I think she is the number one biggest name in the world right now. I think it's not even a fucking competition. And I think she has had such an unbelievable impact on women's sports that I truly believe, and if I could somehow place a bet on this, I swear to God I would, bro. I think by the time she retires from playing basketball, hoping that she has a fucking 20 plus year career, right? I think by that time, because of mostly her and what she's done for women's sports, I think women's sports in every single category, every single genre of it, I think women's sports will be just as big and just as earning or profitable as men's sports. And it's going to be because of what Caitlin Clark has done for the sport. Now, why I hate Angel Reese's fucking guts is because she, even though she is a great player, she has done little to nothing. I I guess this is a better way to say it. Without Caitlin Clark, she would have done little to nothing to help women's sports. I think if Caitlin Clark never existed and it was only Angel Reese, by the time Angel Reese's career is done, women's sports will be exactly where it was at when she started. But I think because of Caitlin Clark and how much she has changed the sport and brought it, I guess, to mainstream media, it has given Angel Reese a space to be something for the sport that she may not have been if Caitlin Clark didn't exist. But she doesn't see it that way. Like I've seen plenty of interviews where she believes that she's like the running woman of the NBA getting in spotlight, but she's not. And she's not even, I wouldn't even say she's top 3 women doing that for the sport right now.
Here's what I'll tell you.
Clark
I'll give you 2 things.
Hate Angel Reese.
One for each. So with Caitlin, I don't think she's the biggest name, whether it's women or men's.
Who's bigger right now? Who is more popular in basketball for their league than Caitlin Clark?
I mean, you can list off like 5 NBA players.
Run it. That's been in the media that you've like 100%. Has been so popular.
If you were to, let me give you an example. If you were to go to Hong Kong, China, and you were to say, do you know who Caitlin Clark is? They'd be like, no. I'm like, do you know who Kobe Bryant is? They're like, oh yeah, Kobe. If you say Steph Curry, they're going to know who Steph is. If you say Braun, they're going to know who Braun is. If you say Michael Jordan, they're going to know who Michael is.
Yeah, I still think there's other. I'm talking today, bro. How much they're talked about today in the world is not the same as what it was when Kobe's prime, when Kobe was alive, or in Curry's prime. You know what I mean? Now Steph Curry he's known and shit, but he's not talked about. I think personally nearly as much as Caitlin Clark is.
I promise you, they're talked about way more.
If anybody's gonna tell me I'm wrong, it would fucking be you, because you would know way more than me.
I'm just saying, because
from what I've seen.
Yeah, but I think you also contradicted yourself too in saying, like, you know, in their prime, I mean, obviously Braun's not averaging the high points that he used to. This is the first season ever where he went under 25 points, right?
Yeah.
I'm still gonna say he's in his prime. His whole career he's been in his prime. There's like, obviously if you're gonna say the peak, sure. You know, we'll argue which years, like 2018 comes to mind, 2013, things like that. But, you know, Caitlin Clark is just beginning, and because the W isn't as big as the NBA, and yes, overseas there are more leagues, I think there are going to be bigger names right now in the W. Like, obviously, Caitlin's one of the biggest names in the WNBA, point blank. I agree with you. No, I don't think it's the yet. She's very much up there.
You think there's somebody in the W who's more talked about than Caitlin Clark right now?
Not on a worldwide scale. Okay. Nationally, sure. We can kind of get into that. I agree with that. Okay. But going to Angel Reese, I mean, people didn't know Caitlin Clark, really know Caitlin Clark, until her last 2 years of Iowa.
Yes.
People knew Angel Reese when she got to LSU.
Yeah, but
no, there's no but on that, bro. It then amplified because of their rivalry, 100%. And I'm not gonna say that, you know, Angel Reese is the reason or anything like that, but she was notable before Caitlin was. And the reason why I would say that, because a lot of people don't know, Paige Beckers, Haley Van Lith, and Caitlin Clark all played on the same USA team. And people didn't know who Caitlin Clark was, generally speaking. That's my take on it, because people knew who Paige Beckers was when she was in high school. If you really were in the end, you knew about Haley. But Angel was known when she got to LSU.
I've heard the name Sue Bird for years and years and years and years and years, right? But how much are you hearing the name Sue Bird today compared to how much you're hearing the name Caitlin Clark? You know what I mean? So like,
you're comparing different times. She's not in the league anymore.
I know that, but what I'm saying is even though I've heard that name for years, for way longer than I've known Caitlin Clark's name, that doesn't mean that name is hotter right now than Caitlin Clark. So, I mean, I feel like saying you've known the name Angel Reese since she was in college. You've only known Caitlin Clark for maybe the last like 3 years. That doesn't mean Angel Reese is hotter right now just because
I don't
name's been
disagree
around
with that
for
take at
longer.
all. No. Don't get me wrong. I think Caitlin Clark is the hottest name, but that's being, I don't want to say she's a trend because she's consistently proven herself time and time again. But being the hottest name versus being the biggest and most notable is something different. I make a distinction on that. And the reason why I say that is, like, for example, think of like this, we have trends on TikTok all the time, right? Ashton Hall, bro. I literally have a bottle of Saratoga right over there because my buddy's gifted me that for my birthday. He's a fad. He's one of those things where it comes and goes. Versus like Mr. Beast. A lot of people know Mr. Beast. That's a bigger name. You see where I'm going with that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying Caitlin Clark is not gonna be the biggest name ever, but where she is right now, she isn't, and that's fine.
And I feel like that's a completely fair take to have.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a most very arguable opinion. So I'll call that one fair. So last question.
WYATT. You're such a douche.
So last question that I have of this little trifecta right here, not the last question I have, but just of this little trifecta, is what would you say your knowledge is on pro wrestling?
Oh, very little to none. Like all the wrestling and stuff that I know is through MMA.
Okay,
so it's not deep. I'm not deep in my bag like you. Like I know the upset that happened between the Oklahoma State kid and the Minnesota kid and how insane that was.
Yeah.
That's probably as deep as it goes.
Okay. That's completely fair. And cool. I was just curious how tapped into that sport you are.
And I know Bo Nickel because of UFC.
Okay, that's fair. Okay. Now, track and field, you know anything about that?
I mean, yes and no. Like we're talking about just how the concept works. Run.
Okay. Yeah.
Names. I feel like those are easier to know. Like obviously Shikari, Noah. You know, I don't know any distance runners. I know the sprinters, and then obviously like historically speaking, like everyone knows Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
I'm not in my bag like you. So
cool.
You got me in both of those.
So
now it's tier 2. I see what you're doing now. He's trying to get tied back up, y'all. He's trying to get tied back up.
I was asking because if for whatever reason you knew a lot, I was gonna ask you a question about that. But I'm trying to figure out where you're at with certain sports before I ask. Last one, WWE. Even though it's an argument, if it's a sport or not, whatever.
I've never ever paid attention to WWE in my life. I never grew up with it. It was never interesting to me. But someone that does watch it pointed out to me, they're like, look, here's the thing about WWE that people get messed up. It's not a sport, but it's a show. So you have to treat it like it's a show. You have to treat it because it's storylines. And so you can't think of it as like, oh, this is something that's, they're competing and it's not scripted. It 100% is. And there's going to be moments where it ad-libbed and improv and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like you have to appreciate it for the entertainment value. And I'm like, that makes sense. And now I see why people actually enjoy it. I was going to go to Allegiant to try to get credentialed, but I'm working, so I won't be able to go, but it's all good. Hey, I know you're going to have a hell of a fun time.
If you ever go to an event to cover it, bring me with you. I'll fucking, dude, I'll make you look like you know everything there is to know. You know what I'm saying? And actually somebody who I'm fucking boys with that I'm gonna have on the podcast in the next few weeks, he just signed a contract with the WWE. So he's working on getting me tickets to some of his first events. And if he can, I'm gonna make sure I try and bring you with me.
I appreciate that, bro.
So, that'd be fucking fire. All right, so
fire.
Now I got 2 questions to end it off. Big questions. First one is I love a good Mount Rushmore. I love to hear what's your Mount Rushmore. I love to hear about anybody, about anything, right? So we're gonna rapid fire these, right? Not
Okay.
don't give it too much thought because it's gonna be something you know a lot about, right?
Yeah.
So give me your Mount Rushmore for the NFL, right? NBA and UFC. And I need your Mount Rushmore of, you can do your favorites or you could do just greatest of all time, because I know those lists would probably be different. They would for me. But just let me know which one you're going for before you tell me. Yeah. You could go favorites or greatest.
I'm going to just do favorites. No, I'm going to do favorites.
Okay.
I'm going to do favorites. All right. So NFL, we're going to go Megatron, Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
We're going to go Deion Sanders.
Yep.
This is so hard. I got to throw a running back in there because I love running backs. Okay, so Megatron, Deion Sanders. See, there's people that I liked, but I got to think like who did I love? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, Marshawn Lynch, love him. And then oh man, I'm a throw. Let me go Peyton Manning.
Yeah. I like that. I'm happy with that. Now give me your NBA.
All right, NBA favorites: AI, Chef Curry, Shaq, and MJ.
Dang. All right. UFC to end it off.
See, my list is gonna look a lot different from everybody else's. Like a lot different in terms of favorites. Yair Rodriguez.
Okay.
Kevin Holland.
Okay.
I think he's hilarious. Derek Lewis.
Okay.
And then who's up there? Who's somebody y'all gotta watch out for, and I really like him. Peyton Talbot. He just got humbled recently, but he's gonna be a kid in the next year and a half. He'll be champ.
You know he's fucking dating Frank Ocean.
Is he?
Yeah. Or
I didn't know that.
Rumored to be.
Rumored, yeah. Rumored. No, he's nasty, but I just like him as a person. I think he's it's just raw and just pause. It's just authentic. It's authentic.
Yeah.
Probably the wrong choice of words.
Maybe. Well, fuck it. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, those are my Mount Rushmores.
Fuck. I like that, bro. I like that. All right. So last question I had for you. I don't know if it is a question or more of like a scenario, right?
Okay.
Let's fucking role play that. We're not actually gonna role play. Pause. Right.
Pause. Hey, later. No. No camera.
Yeah. Keep it off the podcast. So let's pretend I'm your boss at Fox, right?
All right, you're Kevin Bollinger. Got it.
That's me. And I go to you and I go, Wyatt. And this is really putting your skills to the test. So let's see what kind of motherfucker you are, bro. I say, what's up, Wyatt? I got this guy. His name's Jordan Wonder, right? He's some fucking, he's like, I know you know a lot about him already. He's some fucking piece of shit social media guy. He has a podcast, whatever, right? He's like, you are interviewing him in 10 seconds. Real quick, run by me. What 3 questions are you going to ask this guy?
Oh, that's a good question. I like that. That's a good one.
You're interviewing me, and you only get 3 questions to get the best interview of a piece of shit plumber you've ever gotten in your entire life.
Is this just generic stuff? Or
just generic stuff? You get 1 interview with me. And you're like, damn, I've been wanting to interview this guy forever, bro. But you only got 3 questions to ask me. And your interview's in 10 seconds, bro.
All right, I got three big ones. This is just big hitters for you.
Okay.
So first one, I'm gonna ask you, and I'm gonna just ask the question as is. So like,
Okay.
because by me saying it, it's not gonna make sense. This is the final question. I'm working backwards here.
Okay.
So the last question I'm gonna ask you is, who is Jordan Wonder in this moment right now? It's April 16th. It's Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. Who is Jordan Wonder? That's gonna get you thinking,
Ooh,
right?
wow.
Before that, it's gonna be a little lighter, but still, we're still gonna keep it intrinsic and be like, what do you want out of life? But then the first one to just warm you up, just to get you kind of cool and just be like, all right, we're chilling, we're gonna have fun. Like, I'm gonna ask you a two-parter, which is something that's very frowned upon. But I'm gonna ask you a two-parter because you've been doing that all interview. So the first part of it is I'm basically gonna ask you, if you weren't an influencer, what would you do and why?
Okay. Wow.
If money wasn't an issue, like what would you do and why?
Okay.
So those three questions.
Dude, that's fucking crazy. That is fucking crazy. Wow. I'm very, very impressed. I'm very impressed. And I knew you would fucking murder that, bro.
What were you expecting? What's your favorite color? What do you like to eat?
I was expecting like fucking just simple shit, like who are you and what do you do? What's your favorite part about what you do? You know what I mean? Like that's the shit
here's the issue,
I would think of right off the rip.
So here's the thing, and it's because I've had experience, and it took me a little longer because I had to think, like, that's why I asked you, like, am I going generic or is there like a store we're trying to pursue here?
Mm-hmm.
If I just get free reign, that's the stuff I like because I like having deep conversations. To keep it short, whenever I go into an interview, and even if we are talking about, like what do you like and stuff, I'm trying to get something out of you that you haven't told anybody. I want a new nugget. And so that's the way I think. So in order to get a new nugget, you got to ask something that's not been asked, or put it in a way or phrase it in a way to, get you thinking more than the surface level. Because it's easy to be like, what do you like about, doing this? Oh, I make money and, it's my passion. Well, why is it your passion? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Once you get to the thick of it, you're like, oh, okay, now I see what you're saying.
Dude, that's fire, bro. That's fire, dude. You're so good at this shit. But yeah, so that's it, bro, that I had for questions, really. So
5 things I love and 5 things I hate.
Yeah, fuck. You want to
Is
do
that
it,
right?
or do you want to do? Do you want to do the questions to win some money?
Can I do both? Or are we on time crunch?
Oh no, we're doing both. But
oh
it's
no,
just
like,
what you want to do.
Show
now.
me the money. Just give me my money.
Dang. All right.
Is there right answers in this?
Money.
Is there right answers in this?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was just like I answer and I make money. So, anyways.
Okay.
I'm
so
rubbing my thighs right now. Like that's me getting ready. So,
have you thought about what you want your topic to be?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want?
Food.
Food.
Yeah.
Okay. Just general. General food.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna give you 20 true or false questions about food. And just so you know, these questions will be progressively getting harder as we go.
Were you
on.
not expecting food?
I was expecting sports, honestly.
Yeah. See, that's what I do. I just throw curveballs all the time. My whole life is a curveball.
Yeah, bro.
The corneas. All right. Just hit me with the questions, bro.
No, you're good. You're good.
Put the prize in the bag.
So, so something you should know before we get into this, is that this is how basically the prizes are going to work. You get 5 questions right. You get 1 meal paid for by me. So you can go out to eat at your fucking favorite place, whatever, as long as it's not too expensive. Send me the receipt. I'll Venmo you however much it costs. Okay. If you get 10 questions right, you get $20 hard cold cash or Venmo. Right.
And you pay for a meal?
No, just $20. I'm expecting the meal is going to be less than $20. I don't know. If you get 15 questions right, you get $40.
Ooh.
If you get every single question right, you get $100. Here's the twist.
Okay, can I change it to sports then?
You want to change it to sports?
Yeah. Can we do football?
Yeah. Do you want to do modern day football or just football of all time?
Modern. Let's do modern.
Okay.
Because I want to win $100. I'm greedy.
Okay. Well, that was going to be the next thing that I was going to say. Was you can only go for one prize.
Okay.
So,
I'm going all in, bro.
Okay. So you're going to go for the 20?
Yeah, bro. Give me 100%. Let's go.
Okay. All right. So this is what I put into ChatGPT just so we're both on the same page here. I said, give me 20 true or false questions about modern NFL progressively getting harder. So that's what you're dealing with right now. So the every 5, the level of difficulty goes up.
Okay.
Okay. Bang. All right. So I'm going to do an intro. And then we'll fucking just get into it. And then I'll give you a second. You breathe, whatever. And then we'll start asking questions. Okay.
All right. Here we go.
All right. Welcome to the Sad Quiz brought to you by Stay Another Day. I'm here with WYATT TOUCHET, Emmy Award winning producer for the NFL, right? So we're hoping he knows the answer to these questions. I have 20 rapid fire true or false questions, all about things that make life worth living. For him specifically, he chose modern NFL. So that's what the questions are going to be on. He has 3 seconds to answer each question. If he gets every single one right, he will be leaving today with $100 given to him by Stay Another Day, because we love Stay Another Day. That's basically all the rules. Let's get the fuck into it. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Are you ready to start? Once I ask you a question, I'll probably be a little slow to ask you because I have to also keep track of your score while I'm asking you the questions, and I can't fucking read ever. So I may be a little slow asking the questions, but
that's fine.
You get 3 seconds to answer each one.
All right, that's cool.
Okay. Are you ready?
Hey, Siri, are you ready?
Oh, all right, bro. All right. So he's cheating. He's
Siri,
cheating
stop.
on a sponsored podcast about mental health. He's cheating. That's crazy, guys. What the fuck happened? I just lost your questions. Oh, dude.
I guess I won $100, baby.
What the fuck happened, bro? Oh, dude, I must have refreshed the page. Hold on, give me a second to re-put in your questions.
Chat, we're ready to go.
Talk about whatever you want while I type this in.
Chat, let me tell you something. Since this is a mental health podcast, go check up on somebody. You know, at the end of the day, you have to make sure you're good. And let me tell you something. If you got to be a gooner, be a gooner. If you got to go outside, go outside. If you need time with God, you need Jesus, get Jesus. That's what I recommend. But I'm just telling you, you do you. You got this. Now, more importantly.
Okay, we're good.
Get some sleep.
Okay, we're good. We're back. Okay, are you ready to start? Woo! All right. Question number 1. True or false? The NFL currently has 32 teams.
True.
Patrick Mahomes has won at least one Super Bowl.
True.
The Super Bowl is always played at the stadium of one of the teams in the game.
Oh, what? Sorry, you cut out.
The Super Bowl is always played at the stadium of one of the 2 teams in the game.
False.
The Chicago Bears play in the AFC North.
False.
The NFL regular season expanded to 17 games per team starting in 2021.
True.
Now we're on medium level.
Oh, how many do we have right now?
You want to know, or do you want to wait till the end?
I want to know. Where am I at?
You're 5 for 5 right now.
5 for 5? That did not feel like 5, but all right, let's go.
Yep. All right. Now we're on
I feel
medium
like I got
level.
10 through.
Each NFL conference, AFC and NFC, have 4 divisions.
True.
The Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl in the 2022 season.
True.
Justin Jefferson was named Offensive Rookie of the Year.
What year?
Any year.
False.
A team can challenge any play during the last 2 minutes of each half.
False.
Tom Brady won a Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
True.
The Detroit Lions made the NFC Championship game in 2023.
True.
Josh Allen was drafted before Patrick Mahomes.
Year or just pick?
Either. Just any time before.
True.
There are currently no NFL teams based in Canada.
True.
Okay. A team can score exactly 4 points on a single play.
4 points on a single play?
Yep.
False.
Aaron Rodgers spent the 2023 NFL season as a New York Jet.
True.
Okay. I'm not going to tell you your score. We're going to roll right into
Oh my God. You can't do that to me, bro.
We're going to roll right into the last 5 hard level. Hard level. You ready?
Okay.
Question 16. The last non-quarterback to win NFL MVP was Adrian Peterson in 2012.
True.
The NFL has implemented a full-time Sky judge for officiating starting in the 2024 season.
It'd be technically 2025. So false.
Okay, thanks. I was waiting for that. No team has ever gone 0-17 in a season since the 17-game format has began.
True.
The Rams were the first NFL team to wear a helmet with a logo.
False.
As of the 2024 season, every team has scored at least 1 point in every game played.
False.
Okay, that's it. That's all 20. How do you think you did? Tell me how you think you did.
I think I missed 2. I think I missed the Patrick Mahomes one because I don't remember how that draft went. I thought Josh Allen went higher, so that's why I said true.
Okay.
And then the Justin Fields one threw me off.
Okay.
Did I miss any?
Do you want to know your final score?
Yeah.
You got 17 out of 20.
What were the 3? Say the question again, the 3 that I got wrong, and let me see.
Okay. The first one you got wrong, the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl in the
2023. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the question?
That was the question. The Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl in the 2022 season. You said true. The answer was false.
22 to 23.
It says in the year 2022, in the 2022 season, they lost the Chiefs.
Oh, I'm slow.
Yes.
Why did I get that wrong?
The second one you got wrong. I don't think I remember. It may have been the Justin Jefferson one. Justin Jefferson was named Offensive Rookie of the Year.
You said Justin Fields.
Did I say Justin Fields?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. That's why I said Justin Fields.
Okay, then I'll give you that. We'll say you got 18 out of 20.
And then the Eagles one, I thought you said they went to the Super Bowl, no?
No, I said they won the Super Bowl. 100%. That one we can play back. 100%. Justin Fields and Justin Jefferson, I'm not 100% sure what I said, but 100% I know that. Now, the last one that you got wrong was the Rams were the first NFL team to wear a helmet with a logo. You said false.
Okay, yeah. It's true. Right.
Who the fuck?
I wasn't getting it either way because of the Rams.
They added the logo to their helmet in 1948, bro.
They weren't the NFL then.
That's what it says.
Bro, that's a terrible question.
That's what it fucking says. Okay, so even if I gave you that one, it still would have been 19.
No. Hold on, time out.
Oh my God.
No. We can cut this out, but I'm just making it clear. It was Eagles this year.
We're not cutting nothing out.
Fine. Eagles this year, Chiefs last year, Chiefs before that because they went back to back.
Okay.
I definitely misheard them because I thought, whatever. Justin Fields never won Offensive Rookie of the Year. He came in and just shit the bed.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson, of course, that boy was killing it. But it's whatever. They don't want to give me $100. Now my mental health is going to go down. It's cool. The last question was dog. Literally dog. Like, bro, the NFL didn't start till the 60s.
Oh, actually, you know what was one question? The NFL has implemented a full-time sky judge for officiating starting in the 2024 season. You knew it, bro. Like that one you had locked in. You're like, technically it's 2025. And I thought you were going to say true, but the answer was false because it says it doesn't start until 2025. So you had that one on lock, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I should get the $100 because I just explained everything.
I'll talk to Stan another day, see what they got to say.
All right, it's cool. They're gonna be like, no, this kid's a cheater.
Fuck that kid. Fuck that kid.
Them kids, bro.
All right, last two segments. We got the hate list and we got the love list.
I'm ready, dude. I wrote this down. I thought about this. I really thought about this.
Which one do you want to start with?
Let's start with love.
Okay. Bang. And it's gonna be, I'm gonna do an intro for it and then we'll fucking we'll do it kind of draft style. So we'll see who can draft the better 5. You know what I mean?
No, I got you.
Oh yeah, this is the love list. I was gonna say the worst 5 if we were doing the hate list. Anyways, I'm here with Emmy Award winning producer for the NFL, WYATT TOUCHET.
It's for the Raiders, by the way.
Is that
it's
not actually? Oh, is it really? Okay, my bad.
No, because if you say NFL, it's like I work for the. Well, I did work in the NFL. It's a technicality thing.
Okay, that's fair. I didn't know. All right, I'm here with Emmy Award winning producer for the Las Vegas Raiders, WYATT TOUCHET. We're gonna be drafting things that we love. That's all it is, right? So, you want to start? You want me to start?
Go ahead.
All right. My first thing that I love is AirPods. I love my AirPods, bro. I got the ones with the cushiony earpiece.
Yeah.
And I've had those since it came out, and I know they've come out with so many more versions since. I think I was like a freshman or a sophomore in high school when I first got a pair of them. I've gone back to that same series that have the squishy earpiece because I like it that much, and I wear them all day, every day at work, when I'm home, when I'm working out. If I'm walking somewhere by myself, I always have my AirPods in and I'm always playing either a podcast or music. I love my AirPods.
All right. I got to say, for me, one of the things I love is like waking up and then realizing I have another hour to sleep.
Ooh.
Like the clarity and then just like fall right back asleep.
Yeah.
It's one of the best feelings ever.
I think something that might even be better than that is waking up thinking that like, fuck, I'm going to have to get ready in a couple minutes, and you check your phone and it's like 1:30 in the morning. You're like, oh my God, I was ready to get up and the night's barely even started, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. 100%.
That's not the thing that I love, but the second thing that I'm drafting is finding an incredible video anywhere, like on TikTok or Instagram or whatever, and it's got like 2 likes on it, and the person who posted it has like 3 followers. You know what I mean? Where you're like one of probably 10 people in the entire world who's seen this incredible video of some fucking 10-year-old in Minnesota doing like bottle flips at like 1 a.m. But it's like the greatest shit you've ever seen, and nobody else in the world will ever fucking see it. You know what I mean?
Bro, 100%.
Love that. That's better to me than a viral video, bro.
100%.
It's finding a viral video.
Yeah. It's like you found treasure.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think your draft there is like very close to mine. Like the good laughs, like, dude, that moment when you see or talk to your homie that you haven't seen in a minute, and it just like y'all pick up right where you left off.
Yeah.
I literally had that the other night. I literally had a FaceTime group chat, and we were just ripping into each other, bro. It was so funny. Like that laugh, when you get like a good, genuine laugh, Like I don't get those that often. I feel like it's like when you're like wheezing and you can't breathe.
Mhm.
Give me that 10 out of 10 times.
Yep. And I've had it the other way too, where it's like I have some homies who I was fucking tight with, bro. Like I know he'll never see this, but my fucking college roommate, bro. I lived with this motherfucker. Like we had a place together and he was like my best friend, like all throughout high school and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then we moved in together for 1 year when we turned 18. And ever since then, after that, we went like 2 or 3 years without talking to each other. And then we met up again and we hung out and it sucked,
Just
bro. It
didn't
was the
feel the
most
same.
awkward
Yeah.
shit in the world. So it happens the other way sometimes. So it's rare. It's rare to have it where it's just immediate pickup. So I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
My number 3 draft for things that I fucking love. Let's just be real, bro. My girlfriend, bro.
Yep.
Love my girlfriend, bro. You know what I'm saying? She the GOAT.
Hell yeah.
Bro, you know what I'm saying?
I gotta say these AI images coming out. And for reference, my brother has been making so many of these recently, bro. Literally, like this me is a Pokemon card.
Bro, I need to get on that, bro. I saw ChatGPT makes images now, bro. I need to start using it for my thumbnails, dude.
Dude, I'm also UFC champion if you didn't know. Like,
oh my god, that's amazing.
dude, there's so many different things like this. It's just gold, bro. Like me with my Doberman dog, like that's hilarious.
Bro,
There's so many other ones that like I'm not gonna expose myself.
Send me whatever platform you use to make those, because I need that, bro.
Like there was one of like me. This is so out of pocket. Me late at night with like Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell.
That's crazy.
It's just funny, bro.
I love that, bro.
Go ahead, your turn.
So my number 4 for things that I love, I call them. They're not shoes, even though they could be. They're not shoes, but I call them designer sneakers. Now, let me tell you what a designer sneaker is. You know what I mean? I love when people got a fly ass outfit on and they're wearing like a white Supreme shirt, like a plain white tee that's like Supreme. You know what I mean? Or they're wearing like those like Rick Owens shoes that you think are Converse, but they're actually like fucking $1,000. You know what I mean? I love when people wear like super expensive shit without you even knowing that what they got on is expensive. Like I feel like that's the best kind of flex, because you could wear like a full Louis Vuitton suit with Louis Vuitton print all over it. Like, okay, that's cool, you're rich, but like when you're wearing $1,000 t-shirt underneath your hoodie, and the hoodie is like just some thrifted shit, like that's the biggest flex to me, that you got money and you're fly and you don't even got to show it off.
100%. No, that's a good one.
Yeah.
See, I took mine as like a funny sense. Like all of mine are like funny and just like, oh yeah, relatable. And that's actually like, yeah.
And that's the best part about this, bro, because you don't know how people are going to come. Because all I tell people is bring me 5 things you love, 5 things you hate. And sometimes for like things that I love, I mean, no offense to the people who have done this, but they've taken it serious, bro. And they're like
family,
friends, family, God, you know what I mean? Which is like cool and shit. Like if that's what you really love, like that's great. But I love seeing the diversity of what people come with when they're posed with.
Like me literally saying, dude, when you wake up in the morning and realize you got more sleep, like ain't nobody thinking of that.
Yes, bro.
So then I'm gonna tell you this one. For my
go ahead, tell me.
Bro, you know that feeling when you're starving and you walk in the house and the food smells good, and that first bite, like all the saliva just like it just, and then that first bite it just hits.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because I'm a big back, but bro, that first bite just be hitting different.
Yeah, and it's not even, bro. And even to build on that, bro, is when you're starving, you walk in, you smell the food, and it's ready, bro. So you don't even gotta wait any longer to eat it, bro. You're like, I want it, and your mom's like, here's your plate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, love that shit, bro. All right, for my last one.
Make me moan out here, bro. Like,
my last one, and this one is like, I think the vaguest one you could possibly do. Just, free shit. I love free shit.
If it's free, it's for me.
Exactly, bro. Like when people give you gifts, you know what I mean? When you're wearing like your homie's t-shirt and he's like, yo, you could just keep that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you ask your homie, yo, can I buy this off you? And he's like, oh, you can have it, bro. You know,
bro, let me give you a kiss right now.
Exactly, bro. Like I love free shit. Even I'm fuck it, bro. I'm gonna say it, bro. When you leave the grocery store and you realize you forgot to scan an item and you're like, fuck it, I'm not going back in, bro. I love it.
How many times have you done that?
Actually, I'm just saying it because it just happened the last time I went to the grocery store. Yeah, but it was
yeah.
It was a $3.50 case of water, but it doesn't make me love it any less, bro. I love that, bro. Anything free.
All right, my final one is so childish. You know when you play a game and you got that one-on-one at the end, whether it's like Fortnite or it's the last play of the game in college football.
Mm-hmm.
The stress is up. You feel the pressure of the moment. And you clutch it and win, that relief and excitement that just jumps out of your chest, dude, it's better. It's like post-game clarity. That's what it feels like. Yeah. It is like unreal. I'm just like, I just did that. Like I have a clip of I was playing with my brother and our friends. It's a group of 4 of us. And they all died and we were playing squads. Bro, I went in there. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to full send this thing. 1v4, I won it, and I jumped out my seat, and I just started screaming. I'm like, like, bro, unmatched. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're probably the guy that's getting carried. But anyway.
And it's more of a relief than it is of a hype. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, I'm hyped, bro.
Like, I was talking so much shit, bro. I have to win, bro. So then you're not even like excited at that point. You're just like, thank God I'm as good as I thought I was. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I delivered.
I know exactly what you mean. That was fire. All right, you ready for our fucking hate list?
Oh, bro, I got some funny ones for you. There was some where I thought I should have put, but I'm doing it.
I got some funny ones, bro. I got plenty of things that I hate that could get me canceled. Plenty, bro.
Let's do it.
So if we're going down that route, let's go down that route.
I'm starting off slow, nice and easy. But okay, I'm getting there.
I will too. All right, let me do an intro real quick. I'm here with WYATT TOUCHET, Emmy-winning producer for the Las Vegas Raiders. And this is a draft of things that we fucking hate. Bang. Okay, do you want to start? You want me to start?
Go ahead, brother.
My number one, and controversial, I would think not, cyclists, bro. Motherfuckers who ride bikes for a workout in the road, bro. I hate that shit, and I want to hit them with my fucking car, bro. You know what I mean? Like you're not. First of all, you look dumb, right? You're wearing full body. You're wearing fucking full body spandex and tight ass shorts, tight ass shirt. Your helmet makes you look weird. You know what I mean? Like I feel like when I drive by you, I can literally see your asshole. That's how tight shit is, bro. Exactly. And you're biking in the middle of the road, slowing down traffic because you're not a car. You're not moving as fast as a car. Get the fuck out of the road, bro. Hate them, and I'll hit them with my car.
Speaking of slow, dude, when I'm scrolling on Instagram and I'm in a dry spot, or if I'm playing games and the internet is slow, I want to rip my skin off.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the most infuriating thing.
Let me restart my console.
Yeah, like I literally, it's such a first world problem, but it annoys the living.
And we take first world here, bro, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
first world problems are still problems, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean?
100%.
So, bang. So my second one, again, first world problem, bro. I hate walking, bro. I hate
me too.
Walking. Like if I have to walk somewhere, like if I have to walk like from my apartment to my car, that's not the type of walking I hate. But let's go for a walk. You know,
oh my God, let's go on a hike.
Let's go on a hike. Die. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, thank you. No, thank you.
Hey, you know I'm BSing when I'm going out, and I'm like, oh yeah, let's go on a hike. It'll be refreshing and fun. We'll be in nature.
Mm-hmm. Not refreshing, not fun, not something I would ever want to do. You know what I'm saying? I love running. Running is great because you're moving quick. You're getting shit done. You know what I mean? But when you're walking, you're telling me that like I have to do this for 3 times the amount of time that it would take me to burn the same amount of calories if I was running. Like that's not even worth it to me at that point. That's just wasting your life away.
Just sprinting down blocks.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Get that shit done quick.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
get that.
I hate doing walking. Takes up way too much damn time.
Bro, you know what really grinds my gears?
Tell me.
Loud chewers.
Oh,
Bro,
dude. You and Maisie
the
both,
worst
bro.
person. The
And I'm
worst
the
person at this.
loudest.
And I'm sorry to say this because I love you so much. But Catrice, my sister, holy, her mouth's not even open. I can hear the juices smack
Yeah.
in her mouth, and I'm like, I can't eat next to you, or I'm gonna punch a hole through the wall.
Bro,
Like I hate
the
it. I hate when people
same way,
like,
bro.
I'm like, if you don't shut your mouth, I'm about to.
Shut it for you. Shut it for you. Yep, exactly.
Not her. I don't do this to her.
Down
but like
boy.
just anybody else, just down boy is crazy.
Bro. I know what you mean, bro, because I'm that guy, bro. I don't chew with my mouth open or obnoxiously, but just in my mouth, bro. Maisie can't stand it, bro. If we're ever eating together, like there has to be something playing. Like she has to be on her phone, maximum volume on TikTok. We have to be watching TV, watching a movie. Like something has to be louder than my chewing if we ever eat together. Like there's no such thing as sitting at a table together and eating dinner. Like that just doesn't exist in our life, bro. You know what I mean? So I know exactly what you mean.
Man, you're that guy.
Yeah. I most definitely am. Next thing that I hate is people who think that they're cool because they did something first. Like I listen to that artist, I'll put you on to him. You know what I'm saying? I fucking, I was a fan of Kobe before you were. You know what I
shut
mean?
Up. Honestly, like shut up,
bro.
Yeah, literally no one cares.
Like I was listening to that rapper way before you. Oh, word. You put me on? Oh, did you also put on the 7 million monthly listeners too? You know what I mean?
Like, oh, bro, I was listening to him back in 2012. You're just hopping on like 3 years ago. Like, bro, like, dude, I like him. And what?
Yeah.
So what? What you gonna do about it?
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
I hope
you want a trophy? Hey, you want a trophy for that? No.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Exactly, bro.
Literally pisses me off. Speaking of people that piss me off, people that speak on a topic they don't know anything about. Like, especially when it comes to sports, like it's for one, like if you go 5 for 5 on a card saying like, oh yeah, this guy's gonna win, that guy's gonna win, like my man here,
I did that. He did that
live
on the podcast
live. But I hate it when people like try to ask me a question, right? And then they try to speak on it, and I'm like, you literally don't know what you're talking about. And like I'm literally telling you that's not how that works. And then they're like, but I'm like, just because you feel a certain way doesn't mean anything. I'm like, you don't know game, you don't know ball. So why do you act like it? It annoys me so much. It's like I'm not the kind of person, like I said, like when it came to wrestling, I don't know it. I don't know track like that. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I do. But people that try to act like they know what they're talking about pisses me off.
Love it. I would 100% agree with you. Now I'm gonna go off of that and tell you someone that I don't like is the person who won't drink the diet version of drinks or the sugar-free version of drinks because they think that it's worse for you than the normal version. You know what I mean? Like motherfuckers who are like, oh, I hate Diet Coke. What they put in there to make it sugar-free is way worse for you than the sugar. Like, okay, and that's why you're fat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just eat the fries.
just yeah, bro. Just like it's 0 calories or like 400 calories. Like what tell me that it's worse, bro. Because I don't have cancer yet. So you can't be telling me it gives me cancer because it hasn't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just my opinion. They're like, oh, Diet Coke tastes like shit. Like, bro, no, it doesn't, bro. Or the world wouldn't love it more than they love regular Coke.
I got a good one for you. So speaking of people, I'm gonna kind of zoom out. This culture that we have in America, specifically around tipping. Don't get me wrong. I am a very generous tipper. Mm-hmm. I think it's very important, to your bartenders or your servers, especially like at a nice restaurant, 100%. Mm-hmm. You need to take care of those people because they are doing a service. They're doing more than just their job.
Yep.
But when it comes to I'm going to McDonald's, I'm going to a fast food place, and I see custom tip, 0.00.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
you are hired to take my order and put the fries in the bag.
Yeah.
Why am I giving you
I'm
extra?
getting takeout, bro, I'm not tipping. If you didn't serve me for more than 3 minutes, I'm not tipping, bro.
100%.
You know
like
what I mean?
in Japan,
I'll
for
turn the
example.
card reader around, bro. I'll turn the card reader around, then press no tip. You know what I'm saying?
No, I love it when they look too, and I just look him right in the eye. I'm like 0.
Yes,
I'm
bro.
like, give me my food.
Yeah, like that's crazy, dude. And like, even like, I hate to say it because I've worked at a coffee shop and my girlfriend currently works at a coffee shop, so that kind of changed my mind. But if she didn't work at a coffee shop, I wouldn't tip baristas. I think now I know because of her, like what goes into being a barista. So now I tip 100%. And I probably will for the rest of my life. But before
those
her,
from the beginning have had tip jars.
Have done that.
You see what I'm saying? But like those have had like originally have had tip jars. Like coffee shops did. But like your regular Subway, no. Yeah. So like in my mind, I'm like, okay, obviously like if they go above and beyond or whatever, I'm like, bro, I appreciate it. Here's $5. You know?
Yeah.
Good luck. Yeah. But, you know, not everybody, and especially if you give me horrible service, like I'm now if we're at a nice restaurant or whatever, I'm not gonna just do 0. Obviously it's gonna be the minimum, but you don't deserve 25% from jump.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. Like that's ridiculous. Like in Japan, they take it as an insult if you tip them, which is funny to me. So I know it's a cultural thing here.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. And if a motherfucker, bro, if he gives me really good service, pause. You know what I'm saying? But like if I leave like if I leave like a conversation being like, wow, I really liked that guy, bro. Like there's a possibility I might just throw a $5 on your fucking tip. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just because I'm feeling rich that day and you made me feel good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying I never do it, but most of the time, yeah, if I just say I'm picking up an order for Jordan and you type some shit in the computer and you say 54.50, I'm just gonna pay it and you're not getting tipped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
Like that's it, bro. But there's this actually, shout out to this girl. There's fucking this one girl who is at like some pizza place like near my crib, and every time I go in, gives me like free ranch and 25% off, bro. Every single time. Boom, 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 on repeat. I don't even have to ask for it. I don't even have to do nothing. And she told me
even if you are with your girl.
Yeah, I don't want to say this, and I pray to God she doesn't listen to this. I think she's lesbian. I'm pretty fucking certain she's lesbian. That's why. Other than that, I would never give any mind to another female. But me and my girlfriend are pretty certain that she's lesbian. But she told me last time I was in there that her and her brother watch my videos, and that's like why she gives me the discount.
Well, shout out then.
What's up, gang? Shout out to you.
Next time I go through, I know him.
Yeah, he knows me. He was on my podcast. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with being lesbian. But if I thought for a second that I was getting a discount because like somebody was like interested in me,
because you're hot, yeah, I know.
I would not feed into that whatsoever.
I mean, game is game. No.
Yeah, fuck. If my girlfriend was getting us a discount because she's beautiful, yeah, go back. You know what I'm saying?
Honey, someone gave me this free Starbucks if I gave him a. Oh, let me get mine too.
That's crazy. That would not fly.
Oh man.
Fuck, I don't even remember. Oh, well, okay. So last thing that I hate is just this is probably the most big back shit I've ever said in my entire life. Food that I have to work for. Any food that I have to work for, like, bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I won't eat oranges because I gotta peel them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I didn't like the skin on apples, I wouldn't eat apples because I wouldn't want to peel them. I don't like corn on the cob because it's too hard to eat it. I rather would just eat regular corn. Like if there's any sort of like baked potato and like for some reason I didn't want the skin of the baked potato, I wouldn't eat baked potatoes if I had to take the skin off of them. Bone-in wings, I would rather just eat the nuggets. You know what I'm saying? It's way fucking
that's easier. A hot take.
And it's crazy because like even though bone-in wings might taste better, simply for the reason that it will be easier for me to consume, I will go always the food that I don't have to work for.
Okay.
That's it.
That's funny. See, mine's very serious. This one, we've been recording for over an hour and a half.
Yeah, we've been going a while.
This, I could talk a whole 2 hours on this, and I'm not going to.
Yeah.
And this is the one that I was thinking in my mind, do I even go and down this direction? But I'm like, F it.
Go there.
F it.
Go there.
This economy is ridiculous right now. Do you see how bad hoflation is? And if you're not aware of what hoflation is, basically think of it like this. You have to do 200% of the effort for a 2 out of 10.
Wow.
It's insane. You don't know anything about this because you already bagged wifey like you're good.
Yeah.
Like
dude,
you're chilling. You ain't gotta worry about this.
Yes, sir.
But for all my homies out there, the brothers, they know exactly what I'm talking about.
Now why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? You think social media is up in the standard all around? Do you think fuck, I don't know if this is what you think, but do you think that, women think that, every single, like you could be like a piece of shit and you think they should get a 10 out of 10 man? Like what's your thought process there? I don't
exact last thing. You could be a total terrible person, but everyone expects the mentality is I'm the prize. You got to prove to me and it's like, bro, you don't even have a very you don't do anything with your life.
And it goes both ways, bro, because there's a lot of guys out there, bro.
There's a lot of guys, yes, 100%. People in general. This isn't just exclusive to just women. So let me make that clear, because then there's going to be girls in my DMs being like, you ain't. And I'm like, girl, chill. First off. No, there's dudes that think that, oh, man, Sydney Sweeney's now available. It's my time. I'm like, bro. Yeah. You can't even talk to him. You let alone touch grass. Like, chill out, bro. Go take a shower. But at the same time, there's a lot of girls out here too now that be thinking that they deserve the world, and they can't count 2 + 2.
That's a fair take to have.
They don't know where Nebraska's at. Like,
that's a very fair take to have. I think.
I'm just saying.
I think for me personally, I got a little lucky. I think my girlfriend's way more up than I am from a general speak. But I think that I make up for it in other ways. Yeah, treat her good, and I'm funny and shit like that. But
you're Big Daddy. Let me say it for you. You're Big Daddy.
Crazy. He said it.
Yeah.
But, he said it. It's crazy, but he said it.
See, I'm trying to quench my thirst with this, but
yeah. It could be, could be that size, and we don't know that, right? But or it could be the size of the cap, bro. Or it could be the size of the cap. Like, let's be real, and that's probably more likely. Let's just say that. And I'm talking about height of the cat. That's what I'm talking about. The height of it. That's kind of where I'm at.
I'm just saying, my boy Jordan does things big. He's a big baller.
This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. Because imagine one of my family members listening to this part of the episode, and you're just like, "This motherfucker."
But they know me.
This motherfucker's big.
But they can take that however they want. Pause.
Yeah. Sure.
But yeah, just hoflation in general, man. It's just it's a travesty because the market needs to be reset.
There you go.
And I'm definitely not the person to do it.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a fair take to have, and I'm happy that I don't need to be on that side of the field anymore.
Yeah,
very happy about that.
I'm just throwing it out there. It's just an observation.
Yep.
I'm not saying anything else. I'm just saying it's an observation.
I love
this needs to get fixed.
I love it. All right, last thing before we end the podcast, bro. It's been a good time. We have our most listened to song this week. If you had that to give the listeners something to go listen to, after this episode is over.
All
Your
right, I
best
got 3 for y'all.
recommendation?
I'm a overachiever. I got 3 for y'all.
Cool. I'll
Tú,
throw 3 too.
Tú con él by Raúl Alejandro.
Okay, damn.
Bro, amazing song. Great
Love
sample. Sunday Morning by Maroon 5.
Oh my god.
Also a great song. Been playing that on repeat, both of these songs.
Yeah.
And then, South City, by 310 Baby, OGs, Blueface, Ty
Dang. That dude, amazing pulls.
We got a little bit of everything for everybody.
I love that, bro. I love that, bro. I'm gonna go with I'll give you 3 too, right? I'm gonna go Never Gonna Leave This Bed by Maroon 5. I'll throw a Maroon 5 in there. That's I've been on repeat, bro.
Like that.
I'm gonna go Sleep by Ashley Singh. Put a little sad song in there.
Nice.
Yep. And then we'll end it on a rap song. And I'm gonna go with Bazaar by BLP Kosher.
Nice.
BLP Kosher. That's my favorite.
Hey, this man has put me on. I haven't even been able to tell you this. So this man posts so much, and I love it because he's giving me so much music. Little does he know, I screenshot every time he's posted on his story, like the songs of the week and things like that. I have not told him this. And I went through like a few months ago and listened to everything. Y'all, I added like hundreds of new songs. This man, bro. When we talk about knowing ball, this man knows ball when it comes to music suggestions. It's insane.
I think there's not a lot of things that I know a lot about. I think music and what's some good songs to give people. I think that's one of them. That's what I think. And that's good to know. I'll probably start doing the fucking top 10 songs of the week more often. Then I like that.
Yeah, you put me on.
Yeah, you're the GOAT, bro. You the GOAT, bro.
Appreciate you. Thanks for having me on.
That was fucking fun. Let me do an outro and then I'll give you a genuine goodbye and then I got to go hop on this other podcast.
I'm sorry I went too long.
No, that was fucking fine. I texted the guy. I was like, yeah, I'm going to be running late. My bad. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was a great time. Thank you guys so much for watching episode 15. Fuck, I don't remember if it was 15. Yeah, it was 15. Episode 15 of the TPS podcast, sponsored by Stay Another Day, your go-to mental health awareness apparel. I had the best time here with WYATT TOUCHET, Emmy award-winning producer for the Las Vegas Raiders. We had a fucking great time. Is there anything that you wanted to end it off by saying or anything you wanted to plug?
Bro, come follow me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all the platforms. Instagram chonito.10 and everything else is under my name, WYATT TOUCHET, TOUCHET. Well, follow, I'll follow back, follow for a follow. You know how it is. Appreciate y'all for listening.
He does some fucking great shit on his Instagram. All the amazing sports interviews that you want to see, bro. This guy was interviewing Dana White, bro. So you could go find that video on his Instagram if you're interested. But I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate everybody for listening. Thank you, bro.
It's juice. Yeah, they love to hate. They see me doing it for real, and I'm sorry to tell you this ain't luck. I'm just trying to ball like the Oregon Ducks. But man, fuck it, this podcast sucks.